What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode 23 of the Eyes Wide Open podcast, and I am your host, Kaya. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. This week, we are talking about supportive siblings, and in just a second, you are going to see and meet my siblings, and we're going to do a little podcast episode together about that support system. So we'll see you guys in just a sec. Cue the intro. Where is it? Cue it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 23 of the Eyes Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Kaya. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in with me. So this week I have two really special guests. These are my brothers. This one here is, I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm the older brother. My name is Cameron. How you doing, guys?
Ooh, go Cam. And then you can introduce yourself.
I'm the little brother, Darius. Nice to meet y'all.
Ooh. And as you guys see in the precursor, you guys know, we are talking about supportive siblings. They're like my friends, maybe that's why you got called that. But supportive siblings, and I'm going to ask these guys a couple of questions, and we're just going to have some conversation about it. To follow the podcast page on social media, it is at Eyes Wide Open Pod on Instagram, and then to follow me personally for all your tarot needs, of course, and just to interact with me on a one-to-one basis. That is going to be at Von Kaya M on Twitter and at Von Kaya on IG. So follow me there. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. So first of all, I just want to say I'm really excited that both of you guys are here this time. Cameron's been reoccurring. You guys have seen him or heard him in a couple episodes. And then Darius never gets on, but he has helped me with my editing and putting together some stuff for my podcast. So these are just two of my favorite people ever in life.
We help.
Aw, do you guys want to drop any socials or tell people anything in particular?
Nah,
I know you don't.
I got nothing.
Do you?
No, I'm cool. We're here for you.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. So, let's see. Background information. We're actually in order of age, so you guys can get a better understanding of us, all three of us. Cam here is 32. I'm 30. And you?
25.
Woohoo! The baby of the bunch. Welcome. Welcome to the bunch, the baby. Now let's get into today's topics. I'm excited. So, do you guys feel like support systems are necessary? You guys know me as your sister. I think it's really important to have a network of people that support you or rock with you or your little team. But you guys know that I'm a lot more outwardly people focused than you guys are. I feel like you guys are more introverted in your heads than I am. So what do you guys think about that?
I'd say definitely get as many people as you need who can be there for you when times are tough, when you need some comfort, when you need someone who just gotta get that extra push in you, the right step forward. Something like that.
I like that.
I'd say yes, but I think the important thing here is being able to distinguish the genuine support from people that don't have your best interests as heart. It's more of a what's in it for me mindset. If I'm helping you, what do I get out of it? So it's just, some people, you want to make sure that they're there for genuine reasons more than anything else.
That makes sense. In what ways would you guys say, among siblings, in what ways would you say that we support one another? What does that look like in our family? Side note, guys, I have my questions. Don't worry. You guys know I always have notes. Always. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'd say I think we've helped out each other a lot over the years. We've put forth tons of effort to make sure we get on the right path. Mm-hmm. And it's hard at times. We've had our moments where we're at each other's throats a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's we know we mean well and we want to see each other succeed. That's how it always is.
Okay. What you think about that? Phoebe. His nickname is Phoebe.
You're really just gonna put that out there for the world to know. Yes, I'm Phoebe.
I call you that. I call you that on Twitter. So.
Never on camera though. That's a first.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Repeat the question for me. I'm sorry.
Sorry. In what ways would you say that we, as in our siblings, support one another? And like, what does that really look like between our family? Like, just as we've grown up over the years, like, what does support really look like among us?
It's
in your opinion?
it's a want, honestly, more than anything else. A genuine want to see people close to you succeed and achieve their dreams and, you know, progress in their endeavors. So that's really the biggest thing for me. It's like you're choosing to want to be a part of my life because you see greater potential in me. You're investing yourself in me. And you know, just like I know, and pretty much most of the world knows, a couple things you cannot get back are time and money. So investing your time in the wrong person can be kind of detrimental to your progress.
Totally.
And then you start questioning the actual support that you're getting from those people.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you can't trust them to be themselves, to be real with you, to keep it 100. And then they decide, oh, I'm just going to drop the ball and not think twice about it. Was the support really there?
Right.
So for us as siblings, it was never a question of wanting to see you guys succeed. In my perspective, being a bigger brother, older brother, I want to see all my family do good. I want to see mom and dad do good. I want to see Tori do good. I want to see you guys succeed in all of your endeavors. And for me, that's seeing you guys succeed is like a priceless feeling.
Right. I agree. I do think that I'm a person who likes to see other people succeed. I like to help in whatever way I can, be a stepstone, etc. I just love you guys a lot. So, you know, only natural, I think. I'm sure you have a similar sentiment as well.
Of course. I love y'all both a lot.
Oh, thank you.
And then how do you view support? I guess is another question.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, how would you say that is, and what do you guys think that looks like among our family? Like, what is that? What are examples of how you see that among us as siblings?
Your podcast being a primary example I can give.
Definitely.
I could have chosen not to be a part of it. I could have told you, you know, everyone in the world's doing this. What's going to make yours pop out from everything else. But rather than down your ideas and things of that nature, I look at the overall possibility. How could this take off? Can she be successful at this? Which I know you can.
Oh, thanks.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be a reoccurring character in the series.
Yeah.
I agree. I think another way, or just the overall way in our family has always been to like just kind of be there for one another, love one another unconditionally. And I think that we've seen enough instances and scenarios in which we would need to love people beyond maybe a certain limit, that some other, that most people maybe are like, oh, heck no, I could never forgive somebody for X, Y, Z. I feel like all of us have been in a circumstance where we have had to and not have any sort of hard feeling or hardship. And I think that just the amount of like personal support that we all can give each other, because some of it has been us together having to go through things like that. Some of it has been, us individually on our own journeys having to go through like rough times, difficult moments. And I just feel as though it's always been really important to us, like the three of us at least, to constantly like connect and talk to each other, because it's like you guys understand what we're going through. I mean, a sibling is one of the closest bonds you will have, I think. At least these siblings of mine. I can't speak for everybody, but it's like they've been through everything I've been through, like growing up wise and stuff. They know. So sometimes it can make it a little bit easier, like you guys understand maybe me to a deeper core, so it may help me to communicate with you better or talk to you better because you understand me deeper.
Most of the time, well, my standpoint on this is, everyone's situation's different. You've got people in the world that we're not blessed to have siblings, but they've got some amazing friends or even other like cousins, relatives, or some whatever, that they look at more family than their immediate family. So for me, my support system has always been my family and my small circle of friends, and that's just how it's going to be for me, because it's like these are people I've grown up with, people that know me, the real me, that most people don't get to see, and they accept me for that. they see the potential that I have to offer, just like you guys. You see the potential that I have to offer, and you always encourage me. You're always pushing me to do more, fight through those boundaries, and just keep going. And that feeling, knowing you got people rooting for you, and it's unconditional. Like, they genuinely want to see you succeed. Like, you can't really always put that feeling into words because it's not something everybody's used to.
Yeah, I don't want to say never, but I try not to take for granted any of the things that, like, you guys have all done. I know, you will jump up in 2 seconds to help or to extend your hand out, and, that's always appreciated. Just by way of being creative or tossing ideas with me, this guy is always there and down to do so. He's always there as well, both of them in different ways. But
It's my job as a big brother. I'm supposed to do that.
Yep.
If you're older siblings, ask your viewers. If you're an older sibling, you usually do what you can to make sure that your younger siblings are straight.
Do you guys feel like that?
That's just the duty of an older sibling. And
Oh.
whether you want it or not,
Do you feel
you are
that way?
Mom and Dad used to tell me that all the time.
But
You're
do
the
you
oldest.
feel that way?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know what Mom and Dad
I
say,
don't
but
have
like,
to
I don't
do
know.
that.
I don't necessarily feel
I
that
don't
way.
have to do the things that I do
Yeah,
for you.
I don't really
but
feel like that's your
as my
duty
big
or your
brother, I
responsibility,
want to
but
make
I do
sure
appreciate you.
No, it's like as a parent, that's a whole different mindset. But as your sibling, it's like I'm around you guys sometimes a little bit, probably more than Mom and Dad.
Of course.
So I mean, who better?
Very true.
And you do a lot for us, that's for sure.
So-
I'm glad for us.
I've got a question I want you guys to kind of like thump on. If you can think of one really quick, cool. But I know it might take you a second. What like celebrity siblings remind you of us? Or it could be like from cartoon shows or the TV shows. But like what like siblings that remind you guys of us?
Bob's Burgers, easy.
I
I don't even know why that's even a question.
That's really
Definitely
hard
this
though,
one.
because who's who truly?
Oh, easy. You're Tina.
I'm
We've discussed
Tina.
this to a T.
Sorta.
You're Tina.
Uh-huh.
You have shades of everyone. But
Exactly.
You're primarily Tina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darius.
You guys know the Tina
is-
meme.
Darius is Gene.
Yeah.
You're
I'm wild
Gene?
like Gene.
Yeah,
But
you
I
Wild
can make
like
sense
Gene.
when I
He's-
do.
He has shades of Tina
Right.
with his introversion,
Mm-hmm.
but that's Gene all day.
Okay.
And I'm Louise.
It's so
For
awkward.
obvious reasons.
Because I don't pin you to be Louise either,
I'm Louise because I'm the evilest one out of the group.
I suppose. You guys heard this on Cam. If he tries to come back and say that I'm the evil one, he just claimed it.
You don't see the sister I see.
So-
You don't know.
The celebrity siblings that we have been deemed is going to be the Bob's Burgers siblings. So I love
Bel-
it.
Belcher Family
Trio.
Guy
The
kids.
Belcher Trio. Shout out to Bob's Burgers. I love that show.
It's awesome.
So next question, gentlemen. Where do you guys feel that we got our supportive tendencies from? Because being this way, I notice is very natural among us, among our, daily interactions with people and different things like that. But as far as siblings go, and the three of us being siblings, how do you guys, or where do you feel like we got that skill from?
Our family.
It's very natural within us.
Our family, definitely.
Has to be.
On
I
both sides.
Can't deny
I mean,
that.
Dad came from a relatively large family, and then Mom's family is pretty big as well. And we see most of the time how they interact with one another, how they talk to each other, how they, come to each other for just about anything. And they would always be the ones to instill in us, at the end of the day, that's all you got.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I may not have another friend in the world. I know I can count on my siblings. And
Always.
that's something a lot of people have the ability to take advantage of and can't for
Very true.
extenuated circumstances. So a lot of people miss out on that friendship from with their siblings because of X, Y, and Z.
Right, that's a good one. I agree. Darius, what do you agree with that same sentiment?
I have to agree because at the end of the day, it's great that you will have your friends. They will have your back.
Yep.
They will be the ones you count upon. But your family has always been the most important thing since the day you were born.
Our family.
Yes, of course. Our family.
It's whomever you deem to be family to.
Yeah, I
mean,
can't. I
it's
was gonna say I can't always say that for everybody's family
You
because
can-
everybody
you
didn't grow
cannot
up in
be-
the
you
greatest
can-
home situation. But
You could have grown up with, both parents in the house,
True.
multiple siblings and still felt like you're by yourself. And then the one good friend that you ever made in life showed you what family's supposed to be or feel like.
Well, I think
makes a difference.
too, the other thing is that I mean, you guys know I'm all about like divinity and like perfect situations coming together. I just feel as though we're almost like perfectly like kind of placed a little bit. Like sometimes feel like, oh look, there's Cam, and then look, there's me, who's like super wild and crazy, and Cameron is more like introverted, so he is just like always like chilling to himself as a kid. So then you place this like wild, crazy, loud little sister, you know, opposite sex kid in your world, and then comes you 5 years later. Okay guys, sorry, I had a sneeze attack, but we're back now.
5-second rule.
Shut up. But anyways, yes, we were kids. What was I saying? I sneezed and I low-key lost train of thought.
Something regarding the little child coming in 5 years later.
Yes, you coming in 5 years later, and I felt as though, so that I wouldn't be a spoiled brat, that is why you are here.
Definitely.
Thank God.
I do. I feel as though so I wouldn't be a spoiled brat. You are here because you have like a very, you've always had a sweet side to you. But Lord, was your wild side just wild as a child. I had to just.
I was
so
a crazy kid throughout my childhood. Let's
crazy.
just
You
not
were
deny
bold.
Bold.
You
That's a great
were
word.
Bold,
Very
sir.
bold kid.
You said whatever, whenever, even when you were told not to say it.
But we loved it. I loved it.
loved
Looking
it.
back, it's funny.
I was a
But
loose cannon.
Until you got in
You
trouble,
having
then I
so
kinda felt
much
bad.
attention on you, but you were like so little and so cute. I was just like, I just want to hold him. So it was like a perfect aging where it was like there was no like jealousy or like weirdness between us. You know what I mean? Like everything just flowed kind of like, ooh, kid, another one. You know, I just always wanted to support and like help him walk or help him do whatever. And then I think it's because too, like mom, her and dad would always preach about like being there for your siblings and loving each other. And I mean, we always did stuff together too. So like, I mean, we really hang out. Like we're like friends for real.
Hang out
Sibling
all the time.
friends. We're sibling friends.
Yep.
I mean,
Without
sibling
question.
friends. Until
Without
you irritate
question.
me and then you're gone.
Aw.
The feeling is mutual.
We'll miss you.
Oh, damn. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Do you feel like, let's start with Darius first, okay? Do you feel like having such a supportive environment has hindered you or helped you or both?
I think it's helped me more than it ever has hindered.
Okay.
You guys have been there at the lowest points of my life, when I felt down, when I felt out, when I felt unsure of anything that I gotta do. You two have always been there just to encourage me, just to keep me going, to push forward and make sure I'm succeeding in whatever I'm gonna do. I like that. I enjoy that wholeheartedly. It makes me all the more thankful for you both.
You sound so beautiful. How do we follow this up? Dang. Go ahead, Cameron. Same
Oh, my
question.
goodness.
Same
man.
question.
The pressure's on me now.
Pressure's on.
Of
Go.
course.
You got this, bro.
I definitely would say it helps for sure because with my introversion for sure, like I'm closed off to people without a
Right.
second thought, and I don't think twice about it. Like I can go weeks, months for sure and not talk to anybody and be cool.
Yeah.
Because I understand like when I reach out, if I do decide to reach out, that you know we just pick up right where we left off.
Right.
And those are the people that you want in your corner.
Right.
Like they understand life gets busy. You know you're out here hustling, trying to get it, and get yourself together, and they're doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
So
you gotta-
overall, you feel like it helped you.
it definitely helped me because I learned how to better read the people in my life
Okay.
to see who I want there and
Okay.
who's going to stay with me along my path, my journey, and still find a way to navigate their own as well.
Okay.
I like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say completely both for me, specifically because over the years, I, first of all, am beyond grateful for the support system that is my family. because without that support system, like what a lot of people don't know, who randomly just, such a crybaby at times. Like I can just cry over like little things,
She will
and
cry
not
over
even
spilled
like
milk.
crying. It's weird. Like I would cry for the like strangest reason. Like, what are you crying for? Well, it's just so little. Like, what? Are you serious? Like, yeah. Like I cry for like the weirdest reason why.
You're an emotional being.
Yeah,
And-
but the things I get emotional about are like so rare. It's not the same reason as someone else is gonna get emotional. It's like, what the hell?
But that's where that genuine support comes in.
Of course.
We're gonna pry
But-
until you tell us what's wrong.
Right.
And then when you tell us what's wrong, we're gonna reassure you it's gonna be okay.
Well,
regardless of the issue.
I think that the difference for me is that that's the reason why it's helped. It's been great. But the hindrance for me comes because I am, as you guys know, also a person who likes independence. And so sometimes having a support system that is so unconditional, always there, it's almost like you feel like you never learned a lesson.
You're almost jaded to a point where
Yes.
you feel like you can't,
Yes, and
like you become dependent more so on those support
yes, and you
systems.
do have to watch that,
I
or
see
you
how
develop those tendencies of dependency because you're so used to people being around you that you trust. And so, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's just as a person, we all go through like lessons of having to like learn different things, and I just feel like that's how that impacted me. Like that's how my mind viewed that whole thing growing up, and like learning now that I'm seeing like, okay, well now I have to, view this as this and that as that. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm 30, but I'm still so green, to a lot of things that are out there in the world. But I think it's good because it's like the balance in between. Like I would never trade the support of our family unit, our sibling unit for anything in the world. But at the same time, it's like when I sit back and look at the overall big picture, I'm just like, oh man, like, that I see so much of XYZ, like how that can almost like you understand it from a healthier place now. Like you understand how it can teeter into an unhealthy place, but you know what I mean? Coming out of that and being able to sit with you guys in like good supportive energy is great. But there's you guys all know, there's times we've all been way too dependent on each other. And so it's like,
Yeah.
you come out of that energy and you're like, great, I do want to be more independent on my own. I do want to be more supportive of myself, like in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, it's like the catch-22. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to understand that you can have an amazing support system and depend on it and still have that self-sufficiency.
And that's what I'm
independence.
saying is that now I feel as though after growing up and through that, that's why I was saying that it was like a both, a help and a hindrance, because I had to go through a lot. Like having so much support, it was almost like I didn't see the other side growing up. Like I was independent, but at the same time, it's like you are, but then your support system is like right there. It's almost like sometimes you feel like you never like hit hard, like, or actually it just came to me. It's not even that. It's like sometimes you feel like you never really hit rock bottom. Even in a situation where you are at the bottom, maybe it doesn't feel so bad because the support that we have is so like, it's so much larger than what we're even giving it credit for in this moment right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how a parent can make you feel like you only got $5, but they make you feel like 100? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's almost like that. Like, yeah, y'all low, but it don't really feel like y'all low. Like, it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, well, at least they're with me. Or at least I got my family. Like, it's never all the way that bad. Does that make sense?
It actually does.
But what the thing about having a support system is you usually don't have to question who's really in your corner.
You don't.
You really don't. And that's the amazing thing about it. Like it can hinder you because it can make you, jaded to reality.
Correct.
Like,
And your hindrance isn't going to be necessarily usually from other people intentionally. It's
Yeah.
just going to be like the hindrance or the challenge that you struggled with. That's why I was like, was it like that for you and you? Because how it was for me was very in the middle, where it was like I 100% see how it helped me, but then I also completely see how, you know what I'm saying, it shaded me and jaded me from a lot of things that I like, oh, now I see. You know, let me lift up the, oh, that's what's under there.
What is behind curtain number 1 of this thing called life?
Right. Okay, so Cameron, how do you feel about us being so close, or being so close to each of us? Cam, as you guys heard in the beginning of the episode, is 32. I'm 30. He's 25. We are all like friends. We all go hang out with our friends all together. Mm-hmm. So you being the oldest sibling, how do you feel hanging out with him? And then he's your younger brother, but like me as your little sister, how do you feel?
I like hanging out with the both of you, like, without question. I've never, I mean, aside the times where we get on each other's nerves because it's like we see each other way too much, but why wouldn't I want to hang out with you guys, to be real? Like, you accept me for who I am. We can more or less do a plethora of activities. We can go from, hey, let's go get some food, to, hey, let's go bowling. Hey, let's go hang out at such and such's house. Hey, this is people are getting together at the bar later. Let's go out together as a group. Like, it's never a question. You know, you'll have your girls' nights, I'll have my guys' nights, and then he'll have nights where he just wants to, you know, stay home and kick it and do his thing.
Do his thing.
Like, we get along. We genuinely care and love each other. We enjoy each other's company. Why wouldn't we want to hang out?
Exactly.
You feel the same as he does?
Always. Like,
anything
goodness, I love hanging out with you guys. Yeah, I want times to myself, but I enjoy whenever we get together and just relax or hang out or go somewhere. I like the things we do.
Like, the majority of our mutual circles is probably a few years older than us. If not
Yeah,
significantly
most
older
of my
than
friends
us.
are older than me.
So, like, I only have like a handful of people that I actually hang out with that are younger than me, or even younger than Darius. Like,
I love us being so close. I appreciate being able to contact you guys. There was one point I remember I had a little too much to drink. I called you guys to come and pick me up.
Goodness.
You know,
Of course.
as much as everybody hates it, but it was nice to be able to call them. Like, I was appreciative. You know, that's
the
just
opposite
life.
would have been worse. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we tell you this all the time.
But you know, it's really dope to be really like close, or like just to be able to like send a meme to either one of them and they're laughing, or like one time my dad posted a Facebook status, I screenshot the Facebook status to our little brother or sibling group chat to laugh about it. Like, sorry, Dad, you didn't know, but now you know. But there's just funny things like that that happen, and I appreciate always having people that I know I can rely on, who like. I have a silly sense of humor. There's only like a handful of people in the world who really get who get it. He's one of them. Him
time.
And my other best friend, Julie. They're like the only two people who really like get it, and to the level of which I do the things that I do. Let me say that, because like other people get it too, but. I can text you something and you know exactly how I'm saying it, or like what I'm talking about. Like, we just have a little like
we're linked
or a little link.
every time.
I
They
love
should have
that,
been
though.
twins.
Yeah, possibly so. But I appreciate that. And then of course everybody knows me and Cam are like glue. People think we're twins. No one knows who's older. Like, we've just always been really tight. And when you're only 2 years apart in age, it's easy to.
I mean, we have an amazing sibling bond.
Yeah,
all
of
around,
course.
so
You two are
it's
inseparable.
not surprising.
But I just mean also with age, like in terms of the things that we like culturally, we're very like
We grew up in the
connected.
same
Yeah, we
era.
grew up in the
You
same
know, I was
era.
born in
Exactly.
88.
Like Darius did, but it was easier because it's like he had two influences on him. Like, we would be watching 90s stuff like with him in 2000, so he really got to like partake like we did.
I got to experience the 90s thanks to them, and I'm
Yes,
grateful for it.
exactly. Because you were born in 95, but you weren't experiencing none of the 90s like that. I mean, like you were, but you don't remember it.
No. 95 is like a transitional year between what I guess people call millennials and Gen Z people. I can't figure out what they call it now.
Whoa.
That's what I consider it, at least.
Fair enough.
I just know that was an amazing decade of music.
Yes,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was. Okay. Just 2 more questions, gentlemen.
Oh, that's it?
Okay.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
that's it.
This is a short conversation.
Yes.
This has been fun so far.
Thank you. Okay, so Darius,
Yes.
what challenges do you face with us while being so close? Pet peeves, like how do we overcome it?
I want to hear this.
This is gonna be a tough one because there's a number of things I can think of.
Look at it. I was waiting on
He
it.
said there is a number of things I can think of. Come get on the frame.
I'll admit that it's a common thing for siblings to play fight every now and then. And I'll admit we can get rough, but I feel like it'll get to a point where one of us gets angry at each other for a little while.
Again.
Yeah. Every now and then. I mean, we get mad, but after a while, we're just talking it out and we're cool once more.
It's not worth the trouble
Yeah.
stressing over it.
Cameron.
And then we're just back to play fighting again. The cycle just repeats if one of us does get mad.
Pet peeves and what we can do to overcome them.
How do we overcome that?
Boundaries.
We already overcome our pet peeves and stuff.
Boundaries. Same in English.
Just
What pet
respect
peeves do we each have? Like, what pet peeves do me and Cameron, or what are your pet peeves that me and Cameron do to you? Yeah, you're getting put on the spot real bad here.
I have to admit, it's when you guys start doing the girls' names things. Oh my god.
Aw, really?
Yeah,
Okay. We won't do it anymore.
No, but, I mean, here's the thing. It's a pet peeve, but it grows for a while. I feel when bro gets called Phoebe, let's just be honest, that's out there now. Sissy gets called Steven.
Damn.
Yes.
He just threw Phoebe out there like it wasn't shit. I
And
would
then
throw
what
yours out
But
there now.
you guys will tend to try and find different types of names like Betty, Bertha, and the like, and I'm like,
I keep wanting to call you Betsy, and nobody's on
Betsy.
board.
First of all, I started Betsy and I changed it.
It's
You
a
kept it.
thing between us, audience. We call each other opposite sex.
Generic names.
Generic names. So
Most of the time
he's
in
Phoebe,
in
I'm
rebuttal.
Steve. His name is in question
every time.
every time.
His name alternates.
Karen. He was Karen at one point, but I think with the way Karen has turned, we can't continue to use that for you.
Oh no.
But it
It's
was
a
nice.
nice
I forgot
name,
about
but
Karen,
My
though,
goodness.
Yours?
No, I forgot about Karen.
So, Cameron, what are your pet peeves?
I'm
for me and
simple.
Darius.
I'm really simple, and you guys both should know this.
Oh, I already know.
Yeah, don't wake me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm
pretty much.
asleep and I don't have to do anything at a certain time of day that I'd rather not be out of bed, don't bother me. Let me
I'm the
sleep.
world's
That's all there is
worst.
to it.
Like,
at
it's
that.
7:30 in the morning. I'm off work. Why am I awake?
Wake up!
No. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to sleep through 10. I'm going to get out of bed and start my day.
At like 8 o'clock. Wake up!
It's not even 8 o'clock.
My pet peeves for you guys.
It's all be good.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
She's playing with
I'm
her
going to be
earring.
honest. Most people know that, like, I live with them. And so, I'm the only girl in the house, so, like, sometimes it's just, like, little things that, like, they don't understand about being the only female.
I will never understand about
Yeah,
being the only
like,
female.
just little things that they don't get. And that's why it's, like, not your fault, but it's still
happens.
annoying.
But
Should've
at the
told mom
same
and dad to
time,
give you a
But,
sister.
like, if I'm trying to, like,
Y'all could be roommates right now.
do something, you guys just, like, bust in. I'm like, wait! I'm changing. It's
hey,
okay.
hey,
I try to
I
be
learned
clever.
To knock. I made sure of that.
Look at you.
I try. I
You
only
do,
promise
mostly.
to try.
Mostly. Okay, one more question, gentlemen. How or has our relationship changed over the years in your eyes? How have we become like these close? How have we become these close?
Because you pulled us in.
Yeah, every time.
Okay.
She wants to post and for the best of hugs.
I'm trying
You're the
to
oldest,
put
you
it.
go first.
I know the pressure's on. I'm trying
You're
to
the
put it to
youngest, you go
words.
second. I'm the host, I go last.
Host privileges.
How's our relationship changed over the years? I mean, we've all gone through the same points in life,
Right.
so it's easier to relate now that we're all adults.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, and
Sure.
although our paths were, I would say, probably not similar along the way, we've gone through similar experiences, similar feelings. We all went through that maturation process from being an infant to toddlers to full-blown kids, and then adolescence and teenage years and adulthood, and now we're just navigating life as adults now.
Right.
So we can look at each other as men and women versus, oh, you're my little sister, oh, you're my little brother, oh, I'm your big brother. It's deeper than that with us. And that's the part of the relationship and the journey that I enjoyed. It's like getting to see you guys develop, and in turn, you guys watching me on my way develop as well.
Yes.
And I can't, it's like, look at mom and dad. They watched us grow up from raising us, putting us in diapers, and now we're all adults. 20 plus years, 30 years of, dad's case, 40 years, 41 years, being a parent. And watching your kids grow up, watching them start their own lives, watching them have their own families and doing the same thing that they're doing, and building and progressing. And just like I said, that's that support system that we were blessed to have to this day.
Right.
Means so much to me. Like you don't cherish that many relationships in the world.
Right.
So the ones that you do are there for a reason. And just like, you guys are my family. You guys are like my closest friends.
Right.
Without question.
Aw, brother.
The baby.
I'll fight people over you guys.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah. I'll joke around and tell you guys I can't stand you all day, but I'll fight somebody else over that. Believe that.
Darius, how do you feel our relationship has changed over the years, and how we become this close?
It was a little different in my case because the gap between us.
Yes.
I grew up a very wild child who had two older siblings who wanted to keep me in check. But as I grew up, I mellowed out over the years, and I grew to hang with them and understand them on a more personal level. I got to experience the ins and outs on how they think, how they see the world, how they understand the people around them, which in turn helped me think more and more about those same things too. I love you guys that much for it.
Aww.
Dang. Why you guys all gotta be so nice?
I'm not crying.
You're crying.
I cry
always. But I think our relationship has changed over the years because I definitely think that we have gotten a lot closer. I was thinking about it when I was like curating these questions and putting the episodes together and stuff, and I was like, man, really I've gotten like really close to my siblings. Like, you know, I can like tell people stuff about you on like a much more personal level. And same for you. I've always been able to tell people stuff about you in this matter. But you specifically for sure. Just because you're so much younger than me. So like some of the stuff that you were going through, like when I was 20, you were 15. So it's like, you know, like you weren't really going through it. Now you're kind of at the age where you're like going through it. So we can really like, you know, get closer and chat about more things. And I'm into astrology and hugely into astrology. And I think that in itself is always going to bring us closer because I am like the family scientist where I go and experiment on like everybody with all their like personality types and astrological influences and stuff like that. Darius is an Aquarius and he's a Gemini rising, and I'm an Aries and I'm also a Gemini rising. Then I'm a Libra moon and he's a Leo moon.
Hi, puppy.
And then hi, dog. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Good dog.
But Cameron here is a Cancer sun, Libra moon, Libra rising.
Can you put my business out there like that? I'm just playing.
Some people are very particular, so I was gonna say I can edit it out.
Nah, you're good.
And it goes back to how he said that we both could be twins. Both Gemini risings, and we think very similarly at times.
See, I'm getting him. I've been talking to him about these things. He knows. Me and him chat about astrology quite often. I chat about it with a lot of you guys often.
Yeah.
But I love our closeness, and I just think that we've gotten to be this close over the years because we actually do stuff together, and we have a lot of similar interests. Like we all three like to drink
Sandwich
beers.
hug.
They love doing this type of crowd. But we all three love to drink beers. We all three love the movies when we could go. We all three love to eat, especially you and you.
Hey, I can shout now.
Yes, a little. We all three like music, so we all three have a lot in common. And
Late night snacking.
yeah, late night snacking. So I love you guys, and I'm grateful that you guys came to my podcast.
course.
Yay!
Happy
I'm
to help
especially
you out,
happy you are.
sissy.
It's taking me to beg him like a lot. Like I've been asking him for many months if he would come on my episode because I think personally he's an amazing conversationalist. But he don't like to come on here and talk all the time.
Hey,
But I appreciate you.
I'm happy to
Ain't
help
nothing
you
wrong with
out.
being behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm
I
happy
feel
to
you,
help
bro.
you out with the development of this whole thing. My goodness, the amount of editing and video work that I gotta do with you, it's
Yeah, I know.
wonderful.
No, thank you.
He enjoys the
is.
quality time with you guys.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. But I am just grateful to have really supportive siblings. And shout out to our other supportive sibling. You guys can shout him out. I need
Oh,
to.
absolutely. Big bro, Tori. We
Older
love
brother
you, man.
Tori.
Absolutely.
rock.
You and the family. You're my rock that keeps me going as a younger sibling because it's like
Shout
you're
out
my
to
only
other
big
brother.
brother.
We love you.
Absolutely.
And we love all of our family, our sis, and our babies. Love. But anyway, I need you guys to make sure that you go tap in to all my social feeds. Make sure that you reach out to me personally. I am at Von Kaya on Instagram and at Von Kaya M on Twitter. You can find me there for tarot readings and a couple of my other services. You can find more episodes by going to the YouTube channel if you're watching this. And then we're also available on Anchor, Apple, and Spotify for everybody else who is just listening in. So make sure that you guys tap in, that you guys share, that you guys subscribe, because I cannot wait to, continue to build and grow and continue to bring you guys more content. And so, I appreciate you guys for being supportive siblings. I love you guys more than anything. And I'm glad that we have such a long-standing relationship with one another, and I hope for many more fun years of
Every time.
sibling nonsense together.
It's
There.
going to be a good time had by all.
What do you think?
It's always a blast with you two, no matter what. Every day is some random form of entertainment to me.
Your random
Dang.
form of entertainment.
I'll admit that.
Fair enough. Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in with the Mims trio for the sibling. What do I want to call this? Sibling. What should we call this?
This is our support system.
Yeah, but the episode.
The episode.
Yeah.
The episode.
Supportive siblings.
The sibling episode.
I don't know. We'll figure it
The
out.
sibling link.
Okay. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later, and we'll see you next week for episode 24. Bye.
Have a good one, guys.
Have fun.